So this video is a little philosophical, but whatever. So, money is the physical representation of power in this world today. And what I'm saying is that humans do not need money, they need power. And power can mean a lot of things, but what I mean by power is that the entire universe is just one giant electrical current. So, in a sense, the thoughts in my head right now are happening because neurons are firing electrical signals back and forth between the neurons. My heart is beating, electricity is flowing through me, and if my heart stops, the heart will restart with an electric shock. Electricity is energy. Energy is power. So, what I suggest is that humans do not need money. It's the idea that we think we need exterior items, but these exterior items just allow our consciousness to believe the thing more. And the truth of reality is belief. The truth of reality is energy, and the truth of reality, this is just the truth of reality, energy. So, what I mean by energy is, if you give someone $1 million, they'll most likely spend it all, because they probably didn't have the energy to withstand the $1 million. It required energy to get the $1 million, and it requires energy to sustain the $1 million. You have to put your thoughts into ideas that make you money, that double your money, quadruple your money, whatever the fuck you need to do to make your million or whatever. But if your idea, right, was that you wanted to start a business that made $100,000 a year, okay? So if that's your idea, that you want to start a business that, you want to make $100,000 a year, if you got a business loan to do all that and it happened in the first year you made $100,000, that's great. Do you have enough energy in you to continue that process? This is about energy. Like, so many people think I'm getting ready to drop a musical album, right? Electronic album. And I did it all on my own because I put energy and time into this album. Some of the first songs for this album were created in 2018. So, I've been working on this subconsciously because in 2018, I didn't know those songs were for the album. I was just making music because I love to make music. But what I'm saying is that all of that required time and energy. So I've been working with FL Studio since I was 12 years old. And from 12 years old until now, 27 years old, I have watched, I didn't watch as many tutorials as people think. I worked a lot with necessarily just the program itself and just practice and practice and practice and practice. But practicing over and over again, failing over and over again, requires energy to get back up. It is not that you need money to get back up. You don't need whatever to get back up. You need energy to get back up. Every single one of us would make it at our dreams if we never stopped. But the reason why people don't make it is because they run out of energy. It's not that they ran out of money. They ran out of energy. The energy to chase the thing they wanted. So, I think what money does for the humans is money allows humans to have a physical thing in their hand that, in a sense, makes them believe they have such and such amount of power. If you have $100 in your pocket, you have such and such power. You might have more power than the homeless man on the street, but you don't really have much. Now, if you had $100,000 in a backpack on your back, you would think in your head, you would have the energy to do whatever you wanted, right? But it's not that the money, it's these ideas that we think money is so much something, so it gives us power that we don't have. I think true power comes in the form of controlling your mind, controlling your thoughts, creating the power, manifesting the energy. Because you can manifest energy out of thin air. Because energy is all around, right? I don't know, eat better. If you eat better, you'll have more energy. Take more plants in you, you'll have more energy. Build a relationship with Mother Nature. She'll have your back if you have her back. Like, but now these are just thoughts. These are just my ideas, right? My thoughts. But my thoughts are what have helped me get my life. The thoughts that I have are the reason why I have, a digital album I'm about to drop. And yeah, I'm not famous, but it didn't require me to be famous or have a record deal or any of that to make music. It required my energy, it required my time, and it required me to learn how to do it. You don't, like right now, if you have a book written, you can go self-publish that book on Amazon right now. So if you're in your life, if you've ever taken the time to write a book and it's just sitting in your shelf and somewhere in your house somewhere, you can go self-publish that book right now. So it's not about whether you wrote a book or not. It's about whether you have the energy to push that book out into the world or not. Do you have the energy? Because, yeah, we don't have the energy. So a lot of people have the energy to create the art. They create the book. They create certain things like that. But yet they won't have the energy to, get it out there. Distribution and advertising and whatever. So we usually rely on companies to do that for us, because the companies have built this thing that we think it's the money that helps the company that is pushing the shit out, when really no, it's that somebody put their mind to making a company that can help get books out. Someone put their mind together to help make companies that can push music out. And this is just energy. A lot of people put their energy into the first record company, right? I don't know what the first record company in the world was, but the first record company in the world was created, I guarantee, by a bunch of humans putting their energy together. And yes, they had to put their money together too. But money was just the physical representation of trying to give someone else energy. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but yeah. Energy is the thing, is the real thing. It's how powerful is your soul? That is the question. Because if you have a weak soul, you'll rely, most likely, you'll have a lot of money to try to compensate for your weak soul. So, you can get power through knowledge. You can get power through money. You can get power through action. You can get power through thoughts. These are all different forms of the same thing. That if you believe in yourself enough, you can genuinely do the same thing that someone that has $1 million who doesn't really know what they're doing, but they think, oh, I'm fine because I got the $1 million. If you have the knowledge, you have the energy, the ability to not give up when you fall, then you're okay. That is power. And you might make it farther than the person with the $1 million. Because I guarantee the person that has more soul power is the person that will make it farther. Yeah, the people might look like they're doing so well right now, but a lot of people that look like they're doing well, they're fucking miserable. I don't know. So the way I look at it is, the reason why money tends to make people miserable. I've talked to a lot of people that have a lot of money. I've talked to millionaires before. Face-to-face real conversations with millionaires, right? But it seems like, and maybe this is my ego, but it seems like I'm just having more fun than they are. And that's because they believe this thing in life that if they didn't have the $1 million that started their business, that helped them start another business, that now they're able to whatever, so they had to feed their self to their business. Because that's what a lot of people don't realize is, I don't know, you want to start $1 million company, you want to start a $100,000 company, you want to start a record company, maybe you want to make an album, you want to make a book, but that shit is going to take your energy. It's going to take your soul. Because like I'm saying the word energy a lot, but like really energy, soul, and power are all interchangeably because they're all basically the same thing. You're talking about the same thing. That the energy is in the soul, and how much energy your soul has is how much you're able to manifest. Or now if you have dirty thoughts in your mind that, in a sense prevent you from getting power, then you're going to be weak-minded. Weak-minded is when your mind doesn't have enough power. When you don't have enough powerful thoughts in your head to keep you pushing when you fall. So if you don't have enough powerful thoughts in your head, you will become a weak-minded person, and other humans will be able to influence you. Other people will say you can't do it, and you might believe that you can't do it because you didn't strengthen your mind. This is about energy. How strong, how powerful, or how weak is your soul. The world that we have today, it's like you gotta tippy toe around the truth, right? That people always say, we need to worry about people's feelings. And yeah, we need to worry about people's feelings. But why are people's feelings getting hurt with words so bad? And I understand because, I'm brown, but half of my family is white and half of my family is black. So I remember the last time I went to my white side's family reunion, I got called the N-word by people who are blood related to me. And I was like 8 years old, right? It's just, people will talk about you. But something I learned from my mother is you can't allow that to affect you, right? My mom's a little small black lady, like, I don't know, I think she's like 4'9", right? And I don't know, she was made fun of as a kid. She was whatever, but I've had real conversations with my mom, like just real heart-to-heart conversations, where like maybe I was suicidal at one point in my life, so like, I had to deal with that, and I would tell my mom about it, but my mom would be like, to be honest, she's never thought about suicide. And I was shocked. I'm like, for the life that she lived, she watched her mom die, she lost the house that she grew up in when I was 10, I don't know, her being made fun of so bad. She got shoved into lockers when she was in school because she was so small. So in high school, she got shoved in the locker, like literally shoved into a lockers and with the lockers closed. And like, I would ask my mom, like, how did you not be suicidal? Like the world today, and this is the problem. That's what I realized. It's my mom's story, my grandfather's story. I could tell you all these people's story. And the main issue is that today's society is weakening the humans. The ideas. These ideas are weak-minded ideas, which then return into a weak mind. We turn our children into weak-minded humans because we allow them to have weak-minded thoughts. That, yeah, my mom was made fun of. But she didn't give a fuck. Like, when she went home, she left the school at home. And the problem is, today we have technology. So then the kids don't leave the school at home. The same people they go to school with are on their social media. The same people that are fucking with them, they could fuck with them all day if they wanted. So, and I feel like as parents, it is our responsibility to teach our children how to be tough. Not just, and being tough does not mean that you're an asshole. It does not mean that you lose all niceness and you stop giving a fuck, about people's feelings. No, but being tough just means that when people are making fun of you, it should never affect you. Because what other people think about you is not your business. So, like, I don't care what people think about me. And that is a powerful thought. But most people are taught that, I don't know, in this world today, it's just so weird. We're just, it feels like we're becoming soft. Toughness is becoming a crime. And I think this is all designed to keep us weak. I think it's designed because the truth is that money is not the thing. It is power. It is ideas. And if you have strong ideas in your head and you're a strong-minded person, then you will be able to create the life that you want to live. But today's world is much different than the world before. So the kids today do not learn the same thing. They're learning how to cry. Like, instead of getting up when someone pushes you, people will sit there and complain about someone pushing them. And I just think that it's these ideas in our head that we have that are destroying us and that are weakening us. And that this thing we call life is a game of who's powerful and who's not. And we look at powerful people, they have money, and we think they're powerful. But like I said, a lot of those people with a lot of money, they got a lot of money because they got a weak soul. So they had to have a shit ton of money to feel powerful. But like, I don't know. I got a shit ton of knowledge. That's why I feel powerful. And like, that's just reality. I have a shit ton of powerful thoughts. That's why I feel powerful. I have powerful ideas. I'm not scared to think an idea that most people will think is crazy. I'm not scared to express myself. I'm not scared to be myself. And that is very powerful. So if you can figure out a way to just be yourself, that'll be the most powerful thing that you can ever do. Like, yeah, money is needed and whatever, but money should never be needed for power. It should be needed because in this physical world we live in, we use money to trade as like a physical representation of energy. So, somebody's like, you get paid $15 an hour, right? That means somebody is giving you $15 worth of energy an hour. They give it to you in the form of paper, but that paper can be now done with whatever you want to do with it. So you can go put your energy into whatever you want with that paper. But I think we get too reliant on the paper, and that's why people make an excuse to not do anything if they don't have the paper. Because I grew up broke. I mean broke. Food stamps. My mom got one check a month, one disability check a month. Like, she would get like $600 a month. That's it. She had to pay the bills and raise me with that and whatever. So like, my whole childhood has been like that. But I now understand that they kept the ideas, a lot of these ideas on how to get money, taxes, and all that other shit was kept away from the brown families. Brown-skinned families, most of them didn't learn about taxes. Like, I generally didn't even know what the fuck taxes were until I was 18 years old. So, like, that was just my growing up, right? And everyone else has a head start in something. So maybe your head start was your parents taught you taxes, or at least you knew what the fuck taxes were, and you knew that, if you have good credit score, you can get a business loan, and you can get a car loan, and all this other shit, right? And that's common knowledge to a lot of people, but it's not to a lot of people as well, right? So I think the most important thing on this planet is knowledge, because that is the truest form of energy that you can have. It's not about giving someone $1 million. It's about teaching them how to make that $1 million. But we need to start striving away from the $1 million. The only reason I'm saying the $1 million thing is because, like I started the video, that money is literally the representation of energy. But if we move our idea away from trying to get the $1 million and move the idea to figuring out how can you do the thing you wanted to do, if you had a stack of knowledge in your mind about how to accomplish the thing you want, that is more valuable than a stack of paper, because that stack of paper is still not going to help you get ideas on how to get what you want. If you don't know taxes, good luck with starting a business. If you don't know shit about starting a business or supply and demand or doubling your money, or I don't know, if you don't know shit about that, don't expect to own your own business. You can have, how many people I know that like could go get a business loan, but then don't because they're scared, and they're only scared because they don't have the knowledge. They didn't get the power yet. They think that the power is going to come to them after they start the business. They think the power is going to come to them after. And no, you have to gain this power, and then you'll get what you need.